Hello, everybody. This is Gloob StarCraft here, coming to you with my very first video, numero uno. Gonna be doing a game here between my buddy Ezo and his Terran friend Sir Tulkus. Just to tell you a little bit about what I'm going to be talking about over the course of however many videos I end up doing. It's just for you guys in bronze and silver who are, looking for a little bit of help. I'm here for you. This is what we're doing, and the help is coming very soon. So Izo's red, Sir Tulkus is blue. So one thing Sir Tulkus does is a little weird. Just brings the SCV over early. The best thing to do is this kind of thing. You rally the 9th SCV, build a supply depot. It's almost universal. I can't think of any time you wouldn't do that. Yeah, so that's just a little weird. So both of these players here are going to be going for some gas, early gas, going some bio play. We're going to see Ezo getting his barracks up. Sir Tulkus a little behind, even though he had the depot earlier. He's still kind of behind on that, just because he had that weird, kind of awkward depot timing. What that was about, I'm not really sure. So see, got both of the gases going down now. Ezo, I believe, is going to be, if I know him as well as I think I do, going into Cloak Banshee, which is this is pretty fair. It's 13 gas. Some people like to do gas first. They do 12 gas, 13 racks. I'm not gonna promote any builds over any other builds. I'm mostly gonna be doing general things. For example, barracks is done usually means start the orbital. Neither player decided to do that, but almost always, unless, like I said, there are exceptions to most of the things I'm going to say, but generally speaking, if you don't have a specific reason why you're not doing your orbital right after your barracks, you should be doing the orbital right after the barracks. So from blue over here, we have some weird stuff. We have I'm going to speed that up too while that was going really slow. He's 2 barracks, and he's kind of hoarding a little bit of gas. There's no real gas expenditure in sight. See, Ezo got his factory spending the gas. You don't really want to. He didn't really need this. He could have gone 14 gas, 15 gas. You want to make sure that, like, if you're getting gas, you're spending it. And now, soon he's going to spend it all at once, but that's not really what you want to be doing. You don't particularly want to spend all of your gas at once. So a scan coming down. It's a pretty fair timing. He knows he has his starport. He's about to switch. The other player, if he's doing something similar, might be doing that too. So he still is 200. He had 300 gas at one point there, and then his reactor, tech lab, stim, factory, all that going down, all that the goodies. The goodies. Now, one thing that you will notice quite soon, which is not good, is it here? He stops SCV production. Now, in bronze and silver, I'm just gonna make a general statement here. You never want to stop SCV production. Like, if you come to me and you're like, yo Gloob, man, I have like 200 SCVs. I don't have enough supply for army. Okay, well then I'll concede and tell you, you should stop making SCVs. A little blunder here from Ezo. He just, yeah, that's unfortunate. Back to the SCVs. Almost always, even I'm almost always making SCVs. Like, it's important, and you'll see that very, very, very clearly later on in the game, because Ezo's just gonna kind of roll Sir Tulkus, because he just doesn't have the same amount of stuff, because you need SCVs obviously for the money, for the stuffs, like your siege tanks, your mariners, and other things that you may want to purchase. Also, just kind of on the same vein as always producing SCVs, you want to make units. Like right here we have kind of a little dry spell. He has 2 reactor factories and a tech lab barracks and a tech lab factory. Although the factory is making, oh, and then it goes back there. Like you want to try to pretty much as Terran, especially as Terran, definitely as Terran, like 100% as Terran, always make stuff. Always make SCVs. Always make. You need to be constant. You know, we're not Zerg. We don't have like larva to just, you know, make 40 Ultralisks, or we're not Protoss. We can't like warp in. You need to always be kind of producing SCVs, producing units, adding on production, etc., etc., etc. See, so part of this up here, this supply difference, the 86 to the 60, is because SCVs. If you go to the units tab, it's 38 SCVs to just 19 for Sir Tulkas. The armies aren't too bad yet. I mean, like Izo has a few more Marines, twice as many tanks, and pretty much the same air, but it's almost double right now, and it just keeps going and going and going. So look, and if you see just in terms of macro, this guy's just getting his second, where he's building his 3rd command center right now. Like he's thinking about expanding, thinking about making money, pretty much macro. I know you guys hear it a lot. Oh, macro, you need a macro all the time. Macro is the most important thing. Like macro, 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 macro. But really, like I'm telling you, I promise, if you macro, good things happen, guys. And this is just, I'll go back and play that a little slower just so we can look and see how much everything that came before the battle really affected the kind of big fight that ends up happening. So he moves out. Neither of the players have map vision. I mean, map vision is very important, but I mean, if you're totally out macroing the people you're playing, you know, like here, we look, Izo, you know, he's about to see, he sees some stuff going on over here. Our other guy has no idea. He has no map vision. I mean, that is very important. I don't know if it's as important as the macro at this stage of the game. I mean, if you were going to figure, you know, do one thing, I would definitely focus on constantly producing. And then this is just like, we have about twice as many Marines, twice as many tanks. I mean, it's just like, it's and up like 1-1 upgrades versus 0-0. It's just, you know, the macro won him this game. Like the micro, he kind of sieged up the tanks poorly. I mean, like it wasn't great micro really, but he had the macro base. He was far enough ahead where he's just gonna kind of roll now. And yeah. So in sum, episode numero uno. Just constantly produce is really the lesson here. We can learn from Izo. That's all, guys. I hope I taught you at least a little something. If any of you have any replays you wanna send in, or if you want me to do any specific topics, maybe like micro or you know, anything really. But yeah, thanks for watching.